Well, good morning. I continue to track a severe storm making its way through Roseau County, eastern parts of the county now, and moving toward Lake of the Woods County, Warroad, and then south of there right now, some of the areas getting hardest hit. Hopefully nobody's on Lake of the Woods because this severe storm blasting through is producing some wind, a lot of hail potential, and heavy rain and lightning associated with it too. Things are starting to quiet down for Roseau a little bit, which is good to see, but we are seeing other places still under the gun for this particular storm. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's talk about the details on it as well. So this is a storm where we've had observed severe weather here. So we're talking about hail that's been as large as ping pong ball size east of Roseau, reported there from a couple of different spotters. And we're looking at the warning in effect for Lake of the Woods and Roseau County until 6:15, so another 5 minutes on this. And that 1.5-inch diameter hail still possible. Some gusty winds, but perhaps not severe winds here with this storm, less than 50 miles per hour. So this is where that storm is. Here's Grand Forks, just to orient you down there in the bottom center of your screen. And it's up along Highway 11, where again, we're getting hit the hardest here in the Warroad area. And then stretching to the east, we're going to be watching out for that storm over toward places like Baudette here this morning. A look at your hail size estimate. These are these areas in purple, and it's looking like, at least at the moment, that the hail's coming down, but we've seen that happen and then it cycles back up to a large hailstone. And we get those reports of ping pong ball size hail. So again, this is something to watch out for as it comes your way. In places like Baudette, you have maybe a moment or two to get that car in the garage if you parked outside last night. But again, if you get a warning issued for you, get back indoors here. Here's a look at what we can expect here through the morning around the valley. So those storms will continue for a little while, then we get a break, but we will not have a break from the heat and humidity. Temperatures this morning already starting in the 70s. It's 70 in Fargo and 74 in Grand Forks. Dew points, they're up there. We're looking at 70s around the region, and that's in that range of really uncomfortable weather here, where we're starting to feel where it's just, you sweat the second you step outside. Very hard to cool down with the humidity levels at that range. And wind speeds are light in most areas. Where we have a thunderstorm, you can see Roseau at the airport there just reported a 45-mile-per-hour gust. So here's our hour-by-hour planner today. We'll watch that storm activity kind of wind down. This is 9 a.m. where I'm starting things, and we're looking at focusing in on temperatures heading into the day. Some passing clouds and some sunshine in between. Highs reaching these 90s this afternoon, low to upper 90s, near 100 for some, 99 your forecast high in Fargo. And that wind will be blasting in. It's not going to cool us down. It's a hot wind as well. And remember, heat index values getting in that 100-degree range. We keep things hot into this evening. Temperatures still in the 80s by 9 o'clock tonight. And eventually we see the chances for rain and thunder continue up in the northern valley, or recontinue, I should say, in the overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow, with all types of severe weather possible. And that's a concern because it's happening during a time when a lot of us are sleeping and we're not necessarily keeping an eye on the weather. So again, it's another night where you want to make sure you have a way to be alerted to severe weather. Here's a look at our storm risk. Slight risk in yellow here, Grand Forks and north essentially. And this is where we're looking at the greatest threat here in the valley. I should mention though, there's one little part of the valley in Towner County, a little part of Cavalier County too, included in that enhanced risk, which is a step up. That stretches west toward Minot. And then south of there, a low end risk, the lowest end, 1 out of 5 in the southern end of the valley, which just means that 1 or 2 storms might turn severe, but the storms may be a little more numerous up in the northern valley. Here's a look at our 7-day planner. So hot today, dangerously so, and then severe weather possible. And this may carry over into your morning hours on Tuesday. So another day where we're starting off with some tough weather to begin the day. We take a step back in temperatures though once that system moves on, which will be nice. We'll be back into the 80s, still kind of muggy, you know, but it's not going to be as dangerous as it is today.
And hopefully those storms move through as well. I mean, I know you're talking about that round later today, but this heat really can cook up some severe stuff.
It can. You know, sometimes right now we're going to be, during the daytime hours, almost too hot for it to happen. It's usually into the overnight hours when we get this kind of weather that we're looking at storm development. And that's, again, we become concerned about folks sleeping during that kind of weather. You want to make sure you know how to be alerted. Again, Valley News Live Weather app, a great tool for that.
It really is. Lisa, thank you this morning.